Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Data Engineer. So in this video we will see the complete Python courses. Okay, from beginning to advanced level we will see all the Python concept which is required for data science, data engineering or any Python developer. Okay, so we will start from very basics and then we will see each and everything with simple examples and we can see the real-time practicals also. Okay. So we will understand what is Python, what is the key feature of Python, why we are using Python instead of other language. So Python is basically a high level interpreted general purpose programming language. Okay, known for its simplicity, readability, and versatility. Okay. So basically, it is high level. So what is called high level, what is called machine level. So low level is something it's like machine. So what language machine understand like binary 0 1. High level is something which is readable by human and it is in English form. Okay. So in what do you mean by interpreted? So interpreted is something where we can go line by line instead of compiling the entire code. We can go line by line. Okay. It is basically created by Gaudo van Rossum, okay, in 1991. Okay, so this is the simple introduction for Python. So why we are using Python? What are the key feature of Python? So we will see the feature like simple syntax. So as we understand, Python is very easy to write. Okay, so which have the similar to English level syntax. So suppose I have to write something, I have to print something in the console. So I'll simply write print and then we'll pass under function inverted comma what the string we wanted to pass. This is simple. In Java or in different language, we have to write the pre-compiling syntax also, okay, before adding the print statement. So this is simple. Python is very simple to write compared to any other language, okay. Interpreted. So what do you mean by interpreted? So interpreted something Python code runs line by line, okay. So no need to compile first. So what happen in case of other language like a Java or C, first you have to compile the language, okay. Entirely code we have to compile, then it will go. It will proceed further. But in case of Python, it will read line by line and it will, you can say it will read line by line. Okay. Then the other feature is dynamically typed. So what do you mean by dynamically typed? You don't need to declare variable type explicitly, like how we are defining the variable, suppose int a or a equals to something. So any variable we have to define the data type. But in case of Python, we can simply assign a equals to 10. So it will consider 10a as a integer. Okay, if you'll assign a equals to Abhishek, so it will assign a as a string. But in case of other language, we have to define int a equals to 10. We have to explicitly define. That is the one difference. Okay, then cross platform. So what do you mean by cross platform? So it run basically on Windows, Linux, Mac OS also. Okay, so that is cross platform. Extensive library. Yes, Python have huge library. Okay, huge library support. Python have pandas, matplotlib for data analytics. For machine learning, they have for data engineers, they have PySpark APIs and all. So they have extensive libraries and APIs. Okay. Then next feature is multi-paradigm. So multi-paradigm is Python supported. So there are multiple programming language paradigm like object-oriented, procedural, or functional programming. So in case of Python, it supports object-oriented as well as procedural and functional programming, all three. So these are the simple feature of Python. That's why we are using Python. Okay. Now coming to the installation part, okay. So what we have to do, we have to go to the website of python.org.com, okay. Then from there we can download the installer based on your machine specific like 64 bit quad, like 64 bit or 32 bit or which OS it is basically supporting Mac OS, Windows or Linux. So from that you can download the installer and you can install. After installing, you have to check like your Python is getting installed or not. So you can write like Python underscore dot dot version dash dash version. Okay. So if you type this, it will give the current version which is getting installed. If it is not getting installed, it will not write anything. Okay, it will write like Python is not recognized as internal external command, something like that will give the error. So you can simply you can open your command prompt cmd and you can type Python scope version. Okay, now coming to the next part. Okay, Python syntax. So Python syntax refer to the set of rules that define how a Python program is written. Okay, so syntax is nothing but how we are writing a code in Python. Okay, so it deals with that. It will basically give the basic syntax rule, how we are writing, how to maintain the new line, indentation, how we can declare the variable, what are the variable declaration allowed, what are not allowed. Okay, so basic syntax rule. So we will see first. So statement ends with a new line, not a semicolon. In case of Java or any other language, we can stop any code line with semicolon. Okay. Although here semicolon we are using, but not with case of ending statement. Okay. Python uses white space or called indentation to define block or code. In case of C++ or in case of Java, we are defining the block of a function with a curly braces. Okay. But here in case of Python, we are defining with the indentation. So indentation is nothing but leaving for space in case of any conditional statement. Okay, if else statement, if leaving for space, that is called indentation. We have to maintain that. Okay, then variable are declared automatically when first assigned. Okay, so whenever we are assigning the variable, it automatically get assigned. Okay, colons. So colons are used after conditional. So suppose if I am writing the condition like if, suppose I am writing the condition like if a greater than, if a greater than 2, then we have to write the conditional statement. Okay, so whenever there is a conditional statement, we have to write like we have to end with the colon. Okay, so this we have to write it. Now we coming to, so now we will see with the example x equal to 5. So we have defined a variable called x. We are not defining explicitly like int a or string a or any other like decimal or something. Okay, so we are defining simply like x equal to 5. If x greater than equals to 0, then we are here there is a conditional statement, so we are giving a colon. Okay, so colon every time we have to use colon after a conditional statement. Okay, then we are printing the, if x is greater than 0, we are printing the positive number. So what we will see the output as a positive number. Okay, so here x equals to 5 is a simple assignment thing. X greater than 0 is a start of conditional block and the indentation. So if x greater than equals to 0, after that we are leaving a this space. After if and print, we are leaving a new line, four spaces. Okay, that is called indentation. If you are not giving indentation, it will give like indentation issue. Okay, so indentation line we are giving, and then we are giving the print statement. Okay, now we will understand the next concept called Python indentation. So as we already know, Python does not uses braces. Okay, so in case of Java or any other language, if we are starting any Python, any function block, we are starting with a curly braces. Okay, so but in case of Python, that does not uses braces to mark the code block. Instead, it uses a indentation. So indentation is nothing but indentation. What is the indentation rule? So it uses the four spaces per label of indentation recommended by PE8. So Python enhancement proposal, something like that. So PE8 is basically a document which will define how we can use the Python and all. So this is basically official document PE8. Okay. So we will use four space for indentation. Okay. So all line in the same block must be indented equally. Inconsistent indentation result in indentation error. Okay, so if there is any inconsistent, we are not giving the proper space, we are getting like indentation error. Okay, now we will see the example. Okay, we have defined a function called def greet name. If name print hello and we are passing the name. Whatever the name we are passing as a function, we will give like hello that name. Else print hello a stranger. If we are not passing any name to the function, it will give a it will give like hello a stranger. Else part it will print. So so here after if a statement there is an indentation, then else if else come with the same line, then after else there is a indentation. Okay, so wherever there is a conditional statement after the next line, if we have to print something, it will give as a indentation. Okay. Now coming to next topic, what is variable in Python? Okay. So in Python, variable are containers. So variable are nothing but we are assigning something like a string, any decimal, any number, any complex number. So we are assigning to any variable. So variable is nothing but like it's a container used to store data value like number, string, list. Okay, you don't need to declare the type of a variable. So in case of Java, we are defining int a equals to 10. But in case of Python, we are defining like simply x equals to 10. Okay, okay. So Python figure it out based on the value assigned. So 10 is assigned to x, so it will automatically find it out. 10 is a integer. Alias is assigned to name, so name is a string type. 3.14 is assigned a pipe. It is means it is a float number. Okay, is active equals to true. It is a Boolean number. True or false assigns the Boolean. So based on the variable assignment, it will basically know the behavior, we will know the type of particular variable. But in case of other language, we have to like Java and C++, we have to assign the variable explicitly, like int equals to 10, str name equals to alias, something like that. Okay. So this is the simple way to creating the variable in Python. Okay. So that's why Python is called dynamically typed, so that type is determined at runtime. Okay, so while declaring the variable, we will not assigning the type. Okay, we are so based on the assignment, we are getting we are determining the data type. Okay, coming to the next part, what is the variable naming rule? How we are defining the variable? So variable name must start with a letter or a underscore. Okay. So these are the naming rules. Okay. So name must be start with a letter or underscore. Can contains letter, number or underscore. Case sensitive. So name not equals to name. So if we are defining any variable in smaller case and like uh, smaller case or like uppercase, so it is not the same. Okay, avoid using Python keyword like a class, if, def. So these are the keywords which is already reserved, so this we don't have to use as a variable. So now we will see with the certain example what are the valid names, what are the invalid. So my variable, so underscore is acceptable, so my underscore variable is 5. This is completely fine. Okay, it will start with the variable also. It will start with underscore also. This is also fine. Any numerical number is also there. It should be also fine. What are the invalid number? So it should not start with any numerical. So this is starting with a numerical. That's why it is not valid. Contain a hyphen. So we accept underscore, not the hyphen. So that's why this is not correct. Okay. Now, the third is class equals to high. So class is a keyword which is reserved word in Python. So that's why we are not using. This is not acceptable. So these types of declaration is not acceptable in Python, and these declarations are acceptable in Python. Okay. So now coming to the multiple assignments, how we are assigning multiple value to the multiple variable. So Python basically allow assignment value to multiple variable in one line. Suppose there are three variable A, B, C. So we are assigning 1, 2, 3, and whenever we are printing A, B, C, it will print like 1, 2, 3. Or you can assign the same value to multiple variables. So suppose there are three different variable and three different value. Okay, but if there are three different variable and wanted to assign the same value, we will write like x equals to y equals to z equals to 100. So it will assign the 100 to all the value. So this way we can assign the multiple value or same value to the multiple variable. Okay, Now, what is type checking and typecasting? Okay, so if you do the check type like equals to 10, so we wanted to understand the what are the type of the x. Okay, so we'll write a function like type and we'll pass the x. So print type and x. So what it will do, it will print a class int or class. So if there is a x equals to, suppose if x, suppose here, suppose a equals to, suppose here while passing Abhishek. Okay, if they'll print the a here, so what it will do, class str, because a is a string, so it will print like class str. Okay, so here it will print like str because a is a string. So similar to that, what we have to do, the syntax is a equals to Abhishek print type. So type function, under type function we are passing the particular variable. It will give the type of that particular variable. Okay, so convert type. So suppose x is, suppose here we know that x is a string. We wanted to convert to the integer. How we will pass x int x. So we are doing the typecasting. Now it is an integer. Okay, so x is earlier it was a string. Now when we typecasted it, it is the integer. Okay, so now it is a integer. Now we can see the constant. Okay, so Python does not have built-in constant type, but by conversion, variable written in all caps are treated as a constant. Okay, so pi equals to this one, max is equals to 100. So whenever we are defining like this one uppercase, it will consider as a constant. How we are deleting the variable? So deleting a variable, use the del operation. So use del to delete a variable. Suppose we have a defining a variable x equals to 5. So x is an integer, we are defining a variable pipe into that. Okay, so whenever we will do del x, so what it will do, accessing the x after deletion will raise an error. So it will delete that particular variable x. So whenever after deletions, if you try to access that variable, it will give error as a, because that particular reference is not there in the memory, so it will give an error. Okay, now see with some simple example, creating the variable, how we are creating the variable. Name equals to Bob, age equals to 30. This is a this is in string, this is float, this is boolean. If you are checking the type like print age, so age is what, age is basically an integer class, so that way it is printing class and integer as a output. Okay, you can open any online notepad like any online, or you can install simple PyCharm or any id, and you can do practice of these types of things also. Okay, if it is required, because this is very basic thing, so that's why we are not doing any practical. Okay. Now coming to the multiple assignments, a b, a comma b equals to 1 comma 2, x y equals to 100. So these types of assignment is also allowed. We'll see how we are assigning the multiple variable, multiple number to the multiple variable, or same number to the multiple variable. Okay, now type conversion. Okay, so num equals to int 1 2 3. So this is basically what it will do, it will convert this thing to the integer. Okay. Okay. Now coming to the next topic called comments. Okay, so what is the comment in Python? Okay, so comment in Python are lines in your code that are not executed. Okay, so just for reference for something or to understanding the code behavior to the new user, we are writing something in the comment. Okay, so comment is something that is not executed by your compiler, okay, or interpreter, you can say. So comments in Python are line in your code that are not executed. They are used to explain what the code is doing, make it more readable, or temporary disable code during debugging. So just for debugging or for making the new user to understand the code behavior, we are writing the comments in our code. So comment is, we can define the comment in two types in Python. Okay, first is single line comment and other is the multi-line comment. So single line comment start with the hash symbol. Okay, everything after hash on the line is ignored by Python. Suppose this is a single line comment and it will start with the hash, so it will basically ignore. X equals to 5, then start with this is an inline comment. Okay, so output, no output, comment are ignored by the interpreter. So whenever there is a comment, it will ignore by interpreter. Okay, now we can see multi-line comment. So multi-line, Python does not have additional multi-line comment system. like any other, but instead of you can use multi-line string like a three quotes, okay, as a workaround. So for example, this is a multi-line comment. You should start with the three string, end with the three string. So whatever there inside that three string, we'll write it as a, we'll treat it as a Python comments. Okay. Now we will understand data type. Okay. So in Python, data type define what kind of value a variable holds. Okay. So Python is basically a dynamically type. So dynamically type, we understand we are not defining the variable like int a, float a, something. We are simply defining a equals to 10, a equals to 3.5, something like that. Okay. Which means you don't need to declare the type of a variable. It is automatically detected based on the value assigned. Now we will understand with a simple example. Okay, so what are the data type we have? We have category like numeric, int, float, complex, text, we have str, string, boolean, we have bool, sequence, we have list, we have tuple, we have range, set, we have set, frozen set, mapping, we have dictionary, binary, we have byte, byte array, memory view, none type. So it is basically none type. Okay, numeric type. So we will understand with the here. So suppose x equals to 10. So now we don't know what is the type of x. Okay, so whenever, it is basically dynamically type. So whenever we will see, it is assigning a number 10. So 10 is basically a integer. Okay, so integer is assigning it is, that's why it is coming as a class int. Okay, similar to that we have the decimal number for float, complex number here. If we'll print everything, it will come as a decimal or print. Now coming to the string. So string are sequence of Unicode character. What are the string? Strings are sequence of Unicode character. We will see each data type in details. Now we can see name equals to alias, print name dot upper. So upper means it will print this particular string as a upper letter. Okay, name 0, how we are accessing the string. So we will see in details. Now we can see the boolean true or false is equals to true. Print type of ejective. So it is a boolean type. That's why it is called a class bool. Okay. So list is basically the order mutable are allowed duplicate. So list we are defining like fruit equals to, we are defining like a big bracket, and whatever the name we are defining, that is coming as a list element. Okay. Fruit dot append orange. So if you are doing orange, so orange will come into here. Okay. Then we are accessing the fruit 0 or something like that. We will see list. So how we are defining the tuple, what is the range, how we are printing the element, what is the dictionary key value. We will see these things in details. Okay, what are the set, what is the binary type, what is the non-type. So binary type is like immutable binary sequence, byte of 5, how we are writing in that. So we will see byte type, binary and all. Now we will see the type conversion, which we have already seen. So what is implicit conversion? X equals to 5. So we know that x is a integer. Y equals to 2.5. It is a boolean. It is basically float. If we'll do z equals to x equals to 5, so z becomes float. Okay. So float is something. Float plus integer is a float number. What is called explicit conversion? If we are typecasting something to the different variable, suppose a is a string, where b equals to int a. So what we are doing, we are casting integer to a casting a string to a integer. So that is called explicit conversion. Okay, so we have seen that what is conversion, what is explicit conversion. Now we will start with the Python string. So this, in from a string there are multiple questions asked in interview. Okay, so we have to focus on that. So a string is nothing but a string is a Python sequence of Unicode character enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. Single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. Okay. So anything is fine while defining. So how we are creating the string? S1 equals to a string equals to hello. We are passing a single quote. S2 equals to world. We are passing a double quotes. S3 equals to, this is a multi-line string. We are passing as a string. So all S1, S2, S3 is a string. Okay, triple quotes allow multi-line string. String can any number, symbol, or even emoji also. So if here we are defining 100 and a single quotes, it is also a string. Okay, so anything is defining under this is called a string basically. Okay, so we understand how to define the string, how we are accessing the string. So strings are index. Okay, so any number like h is a 0 index, e is a 1, l is a 2, second L is a 3, then O is a 4. Okay, so strings are indexed starting from 0 and immutable. So suppose we are writing text equals to Python. So Python is a string. Suppose you wanted to print text 0. So 0 index, what element are there? So first element are at the 0 index. We will print like P. Text equals to 1, if you are printing, what it will come as a Y. Text 2 equals to T. So it will start from the index number 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So start with 0, end with 5. Okay. So print text equals to print. So print text minus one. So minus one is basically a last character. So in case of in Python string, if you wanted to print the number from last, it we can print like minus one. Minus one print from the last n. If we'll do minus two, it will print like the n zero. Zero is the minus two, something like that. So starting from zero here from backside, it will start from a minus one. Okay, minus one index, minus 2 index, minus 3 index, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. But from P, it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What is called string slicing? Slicing is something where we are breaking the string into a substring. Okay. Suppose we will understand with a simple example called text. Text is a programming. We wanted to print text 06. It will starting from a index number 0. It will end with a string like number 6. Okay. So starting from number 0, P R 08 RA, GRA. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will end with the 5 index. Okay, so 6 is the last, so 6 we have to exclude. So last element we have to exclude, first we have to include. So similar to that print 3 1 we will do. So it will start. So if we are not passing any element after the column like 3, so we are passing only the start index, not the index. So it will start from the 3 and it will end till the string last. Okay, if we are not passing anything starting, so it will always choose from the first index, it will go till 4. If we are not passing anything after column and we are passing only the step, so the syntax is simple, like if there is a string, that is the start, a stop and a step. Okay, so you are passing the minus one stop, so but what it will do, it will print the number in a reverse order. Okay, we are starting from the minus one. Okay, so this is called basically slicing. We have some string method also. So dot upper, what it will do, if hello is in lowercase, hello dot upper do, it will create as a uppercase. So upper is creating uppercase, dot lower is creating lowercase, dot title is what it will doing, it will capitalizing the each word. So hello world is, there is a two things, so it will, what is the hello, it will h is converted into capital H, W is converted into capital W. So each starting word it will capitalize into capital letter. Dot strip, like remove the white space. If there is a white space in the string, it will remove that. Dot replace part of string. Dot split a string into list. Suppose ABC into list, so it will convert as a ABC. Okay, dot join. So dot join AB we are doing, so it will joining the A and B, these two string into a single string. Dot find the index of a substring. Hello dot find E. So what is the index of E, it will find out like what 0 and 1, so it will give us a 1. So these are the most important Python method, like substring string methods we have to understand that. Okay. Now coming to the next topic called string formatting. So how we are passing some variable into a string. So there are two methods. One is the f string, which is basically allowed from Python 3.6 plus version. Okay. So suppose name is Alice, age is 25. We wanted to print both in a string. So what it will do? It will start from f, then double quotes. My name is, we are passing a variable called name, and I am 25 years old. Okay. Then we'll close the bracket. So it will always start from if string. This is called if string method, where it will starting from the if and it will write like this. Okay. Then other method is a dot format. So my name is, then we'll pass the braces, then I am braces old, format name and age. So we are passing name equals to Alice, age equals to 25, and we are passing under first braces we are passing name, second braces we are passing age. So these are the two methods. So now we are using this because from 3.6 version, old later one, we are using this if string method only, and this is very important while writing to something in the console or debugging something to the console in your actual Python code. Okay. Now we can see the string operations also. So what is the concatenation? So if you are wanted to add to a string in a single string, hello world, will do the concatenation. Okay. A repeat a string. So you wanted to print any string three times or multiple times, high into number of times you wanted to print it. So we can do like that. Checking the substring in a particular thing. So suppose if a in apple, so it will print in is a function, will check the existence of a particular element or string. Okay, substring. String are immutable. Immutable means once it is getting created, it can't be changed. Let us understand with the simple examples. S equals to hello. Hello is a string. So suppose what is the first index is a age. Suppose you wanted to assign some different number, capital H, it will give as a type error. Okay. So once it is getting created, you can't change. Okay. You can reassign it. Reassign you can do that, but you can't change the particular element. So that's why it is called strings are immutable. Okay. These are the escape sequence, basically new line, tab, backslash, single quotes, double quotes. Okay. We will understand what is string length and looping. Okay. So we will take an example with the text. Text is a string, it's Python. Print alien of text. So alien function, what it will do? It will print the length of a particular string. Okay, so Python is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will print as a 6. Suppose I am passing under that text. Under text we are passing the text. So text is a 4 word. So under if you are passing alien text, it will print as a 4. So length function is nothing but it is basically used to get the length of a particular string. Okay. Now that is called looping. What is called looping? So suppose I wanted to print each word like P, Y, T, H, O, N. So how we'll do? We'll print with a simple looping. So for character in text. So what are the character? We have P, Y, T, H, O, N. So for character in text, print each character. So it will print each character. So for looping, we are using for statement for character in. And for printing this length, we are using the alien function. We have alien function, we are printing through alien. Okay, now we'll see a string comparison. So we can do the string compare. We'll do the comparison of two string by using the lexicographically alphabetical order. So print apple is banana. Yeah, so apple is less than banana, true. Zebra is less than apple, no. J is capital greater than apple, snow. So that's why it's false. Okay, so lexicographical order we have to do that. Okay, so what we understand, we can see the summary like how we are creating the string, how we are indexing, how we are accessing by index, what is slicing, what is formatting, what is common method upper, strip, find, alien, what is skip sequence, and string is immutable, cannot modify in place. Okay. So we understand the Python string in details. Okay, we can do the lot many practice of lot many questions. We will see the interview questions like from the different company. What are they asked in case of Python? Okay, uh, on an hand like on when we are doing the practical sessions, we will see all these questions. Okay, so now we can see the type of Python operator. So operator we have arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, uh, then we have membership operator like in, not in, identity operator is not. We can see each and everything in detail. So we will see the arithmetic first. So arithmetic is used to do the basic math operations. Like suppose we do add, delete and all. So if we'll do a plus b 13, a minus b, a multiply b, a division b, floor division, division, modulus, for reminder, exponent, like how we can multiply the number multiple times, so we can do the exponences. Okay, so these are the normal operations. So assignment operation, if you do x equals to 5, then x plus equals to 5, so 5 plus 3 8, so s we have 3. So these are the assignment operator. We are using x multiply equals to 2, x modulo division equals to 7, so we can see each and everything. Okay, so these types of operations are called assignment operator. Comparison operator. Comparison means equals to, not equals to, less than equals to, greater than equal to. So these are the simple thing. We can take the two variable a 5 10 5 equals to 10, no, so it is giving the false. 5 not equals to 10, yes, 5, the skip 5 is not equals to 10, so yeah, that is correct, that's why it is true. So we can see each and everything. This is called comparison operator. What is logical operator? So used to combine the conditional statement. So suppose there are two operations. We have x equals to 5 and we have x greater than equals to and x less than equals to 10, suppose. So 5 is greater than 2, 5 is less than 10. Yes, true. Both conditions are true. Okay, so if 5 is greater than 6 or x is, so no, it's not getting true. So one condition is getting true and there is a or statement. So what is called and? And in case of and, both these statements should be true. In case of or, any one of these statements should be true. Okay. What is bitwise operator? So bitwise nothing but it's a binary. Operate on binary numbers. So what is the binary of 5? What is the binary of 3? If we'll do the bitwise, so bitwise means like if both are 1 1, so it is 1. If any one of is a 0, it is like 0. This is 0, this is 0. This is called AND operation. OR operation means if any one of is 1, like 1 1 is 1, 1 0 is 1, 1 1 is 1, and 0 0 is 0. So any one of is the 1 or 1, so it is giving as a OR operator. So we can see, I have given a simple example, you can understand with the example what is left shift, right shift. So this is called bitwise. What is called membership operation, like check the presence of a sequence like a string, list, tuple, fruit, everything. Okay, like apple or banana. So apple in fruits, yeah, apple is it is there in the fruit, that's why it is true. Grapes not in fruits, yeah, grapes is not there, so it is giving as a true. If we are writing like grapes in fruits, so grapes is there, no, apple banana is only there, that's why it's giving as a that time it will give as a false. Okay, so this is called membership. So if you wanted to check the presence of any sequence or any string in a string, tuple, a list, we'll give as a membership operation. Okay. Then identity operator, like two variables the same object or not. A equals to 1 to B equals to A, C equals to 1 to 2. We can see the object reference also with the help of that. Okay, you can do the simple practice of that. You can get it. Then we can see operator precedence. So operator precedence, like which operator have the highest precedence. Okay, so we can see with this particular graph. Okay, you have the lowest. Use parenthesis override to default order. Okay, so parenthesis always use have the highest order. Okay, we'll see by the simple example which is getting calculated first, then other things multiply, then additions will come and last. Okay, so this is the arithmetic operation, assignment operation, comparison operator, logical, bitwise, membership, and identity. Okay, so this we understand the operator in Python. Okay. Now coming to the next topic called Python list. So list are nothing but list in Python is a ordered collection of items which can be of any data type like string, integer, boolean, even list. Okay. So list are mutable, meaning you can change their content, add, remove, or modify the item. Okay. So strings are immutable, but lists are mutable. You can change. Okay. So lists are created by placing element under the square bracket. So if you are anything assigning any variable assigning in the square bracket, that is called list, and that is separating them with a comma. So suppose fruit is a list which we are assigning equals to, we are starting the square bracket, then we are giving like a apple, banana, cherry, number is a 1 2 3 4, mixed is a 1, a string also we are giving, integer also we are giving the float number also. So these are all the list. Okay, how we'll access the element in a list? So similar to that, how we accessed by using the index in a case of a string. So suppose if I'll do fruit 0, so what is there in the 0 index? It is apple. What is there in the -1 index? Like cherry. Okay, so we'll get it, and so that way we are accessing the element. Okay, how we are doing the slicing? So slicing is also similar to that. Suppose there is a number 10 20 30 40 50. If we'll do 1 4, it will start with the element 1 0 index, 1 index, like 20 30 40. Okay, what is the number, number colon 3? Colon 3 means it will start from the index 0 10 20 30. Okay, and this is the fourth index, so we will not consider 0 1 2 3, only here till 30. So last index we have to always exclude that. Okay. So what is the this is called steps. A step function means you have to take the first number, you have to miss the second one, you have to take the third, then again miss again the take, because step function is two. You have to leave one element in middle. Okay, step function is two. If you'll do a step function one, we have to take the each element. Okay, how we are modifying the list. So since lists are mutable, you can modify the element. Suppose we have fruits, apple, banana, cherry. So fruit equals to blueberry. So suppose you wanted to change the banana to blueberry. So what is there in the fruits one? Fruits one is earlier it was banana. Now we wanted to assign the blueberry. We will do fruit one equals to blueberry and we will write. So it will print like a apple instead of banana to like blueberry and cherry. Okay. You can add or remove element from a list that is mutable. You can do the append. Why we are using the append and insert? So append basically to add the item to the end. So if anything you wanted to add to the end, we are using the append. Fruits dot append orange, so orange is added to the end. But if you wanted to add something to the specific position, so we can write like a insert. So fruit insert one, so one mango it will insert to the first position like 0 1, blueberry, cherry, orange. Orange come as a last. So append function, we have to remember append is always used to add element at the end, but insert specific positions we have to add it. Okay, so suppose he wanted to add it one, so we'll write like a 0 1. One is coming as a mango, orange coming as a last. Suppose you wanted to remove element, remove the first occurrence of a value. So if you'll use remove means it will remove the first occurrence of element. If we'll do pop, remove the element by index and return it. So if you wanted to do pop, you have to pass the index. Suppose if you'll do like pop one, so what it will do, it will give like a 0 1. So one is the mango, it will remove the mango. Okay, clear means remove all element. If you do clear, it will remove the all element. So fruit dot remove mango, remove the first mango. So whenever there is a list, it will traverse and it will find the first mango, it will remove that. Okay, but whenever we do fruits clear, it will clear the entire list. Okay, we have the list method like append, insert, remove, pop, clear, index, count, sort, reverse, everything is there. We can see the description and we can see the examples also. What is called nested list? So list r contains other list. So if we have list can contain other list, allowing for multi-dimensional list, that is called nested list. Suppose there is a list, bigger list, we have the three list, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, we have the three list also. So how we are accessing the nested list? Matrix 0 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 means we have to go first list. Okay, we have to go 0 index, first index. We are going the first index. We are accessing the second element. So 0 1 2 6. So we are giving as a 6. Okay, so that way we have to do. Okay, what is list comprehension? So list comprehensions are nothing but it's like concise way to create a list. So suppose I have created a square list where we are giving a something called conditional statement. So x multiply 2, like the whatever the number coming as a range, we will multiply with the same number twice. Okay, for a range of 1 to 6. So we'll start with the 1. So 1 into 1 1. Then next number is the second 2 into 2 equals to 4, 3 into 3 equals to 9, 4 into 4 equals to 16, 5 into 5 is 25. So this is the concise way to create a list. You can define the statement and for looping and conditional statement, and based on that you can create a list. That is called list comprehension. You can see with the other example, list with conditional or even number x. So we have to create a list with the condition like x for x in range 1 to 11. You have to take the number from 1 to 10, and if conditional statement, so you don't have to take all the number. If x modular division 2 equals to 0, so if number is positive number, we have to give as a, we have to print as a even number. Okay, so this is basically this way we can create a comprehension. So list comprehends concatenations and repetition. So if you have to concate two lists, list one, list two, we can do like list one plus list two. So it will combine both the things. If you wanted to like write a list multiple time, so list one, one, two, three. If you want multiply by three, it will 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 coming three times. Okay. how we are finding the list length. So if use the alien function to get the number of element in a list. So if fruits equals to apple, banana, cherry, print length of fruits, so it will give the 3. Okay. So list index and negative indexing. So positive index is starting from 1 first time, negative index start from -1 the last item. So suppose if you'll do example like 2 to 0 1 to C, it will print. What is -1? So -1 will always start from the last element. So E, it will print as a E. So we can see how we are accessing the element, what is the slicing, what is how to add the element, how to modify, how to remove the element, how to iterate the element, what is sort, what is length. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching. So